to be seen as a big move in the cash for query scam. BJP MP Nishikant Dubey has just put out a tweet. He in fact has gone on to say that CBI Enquiry has been ordered after his complaint to Lokpal. Let me just quote from the tweet that he's put out. Lokpal today on my complaint ordered a CBI Enquiry into the corruption of the accused Mahua Moitra by mortgaging national security. Let's go straight to our colleague Payal, who is joining us. Payal, what does this mean as far as the future of this case is concerned?
It is a very, very important development coming to the fore, except, exactly 24 hours before that committee for ethics would meet to adopt the draft report against Mahua Moitra. And it comes in at a very, very crucial junction. Now, remember, Ridhima, the ethics committee can only go ahead and look at the conduct of the MP. They cannot initiate any criminal proceedings or otherwise. But Nishikant Dubey simultaneously had already filed a complaint to the Lok Sabha Speaker against Mahua Moitra. Had also filed a complaint with the Lokpal, asking the Lokpal to investigate into the cash for query scam that one is speaking about. And obviously, after looking into it in detail and examining the possibilities, the Lokpal has now forwarded this complaint and asked the CBI to look into it as well. Because remember, the corresponding agency for Lokpal is CBI. So obviously, trouble seems to be mounting for Mahua Moitra. We'll have to just wait and see how this really goes, because like we've been reporting, it's not just about getting her membership dismissed from Parliament, but obviously the BJP will push for a huge bribery case against Mahua Moitra as well.
Payal, as you're rightly pointing out, as far as the ethics committee is concerned, by the end of the day or tomorrow, by the time they conclude, we could see possibly them reaching and saying that, okay, Mahua Moitra should not be an MP anymore. But as far as the bribery allegations were concerned, which were also very serious in nature, now that the CBI is going to step in, or that the Lokpal in fact has said that CBI inquiry has been ordered after this complaint, what do the proceedings look like in a scenario like this?
There are two things to look into. How the CBI takes it forward, that's going to be a different matter altogether, because the CBI possibly will be issuing summons to her, asking her to come and present her case. And also, one must remember that Jay Anand Dehadre himself has also approached the CBI for a similar complaint. That also complaint remains pending as well. So whether the CBI will club both of these complaints together or investigate them separately remains to be seen. As far as the Parliament rules are concerned, tomorrow the Ethics Committee will meet. They will adopt the report, and that report will be adopted, and then the recommendation of the committee will be sent to the Lok Sabha Speaker, and this is going to be his final call. But however, if the committee and the Lok Sabha Speaker both decide that yes, Mahua is a fit case for disqualification or suspension of a membership, in that case, the government will have to bring in a motion on the first day of the upcoming winter session of Parliament, and the fate of Mahua will then be sealed. But criminally, how this really goes, and ethically how this really goes in terms of the money allegation that has been made, because Mahua has clearly been saying that she's not taken any money, or she has not taken any gifts from Russian Hiranandani. But at the same time, did she admit to allowing him to use her portal to allow him to key in questions? Was it done in quid pro quo? Was it done to make sure that the benefits were extended to the corporate? That also remains to be seen, because that is going to be one damaging. Because as of now, there's been no cash trail that one has heard about, and even in his affidavit, Russian Hiranandani has not mentioned any cash query. He's not spoken about cash being exchanged, cash being given as well. But
sure,
allegations have continued to fly chicken fast. Let's see how the CBI takes it up, because this is going to be investigated on the bribery under the CBI.
Payal, just a small clarification. If you go back to the starting of this case, when these allegations were first made by the BJP MP Nishikant Dubey, as you rightly pointed out, there were two allegations that were made. One were of bribery, that on the behest of the industrialist Darshan Hiranandani, these questions were asked on the floor of the House, and a whole host of gifts, in fact, were mentioned by the advocate Jay Anand as well. Mahua Moitra, in a response post that multiple times, has said that all those names that have been mentioned as part of gifts are fabricated. She's taken one or two things because they were friends. So how serious is the evidence that Nishikant Dubey has to make his case forward as far as the CBI is concerned?
Well, Nishikant Dubey has done his job by putting the matter with the Lok Sabha Speaker and also writing a to the Lokpal. The onus will be on Mahua Moitra to prove that these are not received in lieu, and obviously all that trail will be established, and that's the reason an investigating agency has been brought in. Nishikant Dubey was, he understood the nuances, and he very importantly had moved that complaint to the Lok Sabha, because like he's been reporting, Ridhima, the job is not of the ethics committee does not have the mandate to actually investigate into crime proceedings or other proceedings as well. The ethics committee can only look at the ethics or the conduct of the job, of the concerned MP. It will also be important to see, since tomorrow we have the report which is going to be adopted, that apart from just recommending a suspension as an MP, does the ethics committee also deep the district court and additional inquiry to some central agency? That also remains to be seen.
Payal, we'll just try and re-establish that connection with you. We cannot really hear you clearly, but as Payal is reporting, there is a big development in the cash for query scam. This is a tweet that has just been put out by the BJP MP Nishikant Dubey, who in fact has gone on to say that the CBI inquiry has been ordered after his complaint to the Lokpal. He in fact has tweeted, and let me just quote from that. Lokpal today on my complaint ordered a CBI inquiry into the corruption of the accused MP Mahua Moitra by mortgaging the national security. Remember, this comes 24 hours before you will have the ethics committee meet once again. That is the 9th of November. I believe our colleague Payal is now back with us. Payal, politically speaking, talk to us about the timing of when this development is coming in. After Mahua Moitra presented herself in front of the ethics committee and then she stormed out, what was also interesting to see was that the TMC started to back her. The point that they were making is that a woman was humiliated, a woman was disgraced. How do you see this panning out politically now?
You know, politically speaking, Mahua Moitra has made her allegations against the chairman of the ethics committee, Vinod Sunkar, for having asked her some, unimportant and personal questions, and they were actually demeaning. But everything on...
Payal, I apologize for interrupting. Just stay on with us. From the West Bengal BJP, in fact, the BJP West Bengal Chief Sukanta Majumdar also now joining us on the broadcast. Good to have you with us here on CNN News 18. How do you see this development that is coming? Nishikant Dubey is now saying that the Lokpal today, based on his complaint, has ordered a CBI inquiry. But till date, Mahua Moitra continues to say that these allegations are fabricated only because she's asked tough questions to the government.
See, this is the information I have just received from the media, and I don't know whether it is the correct information or not, but it is quite possible that if Lokpal has given the verdict of the inquiry by the CBI, so Mahua Moitra have to face it, because as I have already said several times that the crime that Mahua Moitra is accused for is a heinous crime. She has tried to malign the picture of Narendra Modi, our Honorable Prime Minister. Not only that, but also she has tried to damage the Indian economy also, and face of the Indian economy. So that is another angle. That should be investigated by a investigating agency. And if Lokpal has given this kind of order, then it will be very good for the future, so that no MP can misuse his or her MP privilege to do this kind of thing.
But Mr. Majumdar, look at the kind of allegations that have been made by Mahua Moitra. When Mahua Moitra presented herself before the ethics committee, she stormed out by the end of it, saying because she was disgraced as a woman in terms of the questions that were posed to her. Even the allegations that have been made by Darshan Hiranandani, who interestingly is now turned an approver, she's gone on to say that why come he hasn't been approached by any committee. So she feels the functioning of the committee itself has been biased towards her. Mr. Majumdar, can you hear me? Okay, we'll try and get him back, but that was the first reaction that was in fact coming in from the BJP. They're saying they welcome this move. Mahua Moitra will have no chance but to prove all the allegations that have been leveled against her. Let's just bring you up to speed on what really has happened so far. It all started with the allegations that had been made by the BJP MP Nishikant Dubey, that on the floor of the House, the questions that were asked by Mahua Moitra, who's a member of parliament from the TMC, were asked at the behest of an industrialist, Darshan Hiranandani, based in Dubai. The allegations were twofold. First, the allegations of bribery were leveled against her, that there was some sort of quid pro quo, and the other was that her login credentials, in fact, were compromised. We'll discuss about that and a lot more in just a bit. We're getting some other breaking developments also.